Welcome to my channel Karma Romance Stories. Please like, subscribe for more videos.
For more than 40 years I worked before sunrise and returned home after sunset. Every dollar I earned came from sacrifice. I skipped vacations. I drove old cars. I repaired everything instead of replacing it. My dream was simple. Leave my son with security so he would never struggle the way I did. He grew up watching me work every single day. He often promised that one day he would make me proud. When he graduated from college, I believed he meant every word. He spoke confidently about business opportunities and investments. He said the old ways of saving money were outdated. He convinced everyone that modern investing was the only path to wealth. One evening he visited my home carrying charts and documents. He explained that he had access to an exclusive investment opportunity that only a few people knew about. He claimed wealthy families were doubling their money within months. He looked professional and prepared. He answered every question with confidence. I wanted to believe him because I trusted him completely. Over the next several weeks he continued visiting me. Every meeting sounded more convincing than the last. He showed fake account statements. He displayed imaginary profits. He even introduced me to people who claimed they had already earned huge returns. I later learned they were friends pretending to be successful investors. Eventually, he asked me to invest $200,000. That money represented nearly everything I had saved. I hesitated. He looked me in the eyes and said, "Dad, you trusted me when I learned to walk. Trust me one more time." Those words broke every doubt I had. I transferred the money. At first everything looked normal. Every month he showed me reports claiming the investment was growing. He said the money was locked for tax reasons and could not be withdrawn immediately. Whenever I asked questions he had another convincing answer. Months passed. One afternoon I asked to see the actual investment company. He laughed and said successful investors never worry because they understand patience. I wanted to believe him, but something inside me no longer felt right. I quietly hired an independent financial investigator. Within days the truth began appearing. The investment company never existed. The documents were fake. The bank accounts belonged to my son. The money had been spent on luxury cars, expensive vacations, designer watches, and a massive new house. I felt physically sick. The investigator advised me not to confront him immediately. Instead, we collected every bank record, every email, every transfer, and every false document. We worked closely with legal authorities who instructed me to remain calm while they completed their investigation. Weeks later, my son invited everyone to his birthday celebration. Friends, relatives, and business partners gathered to celebrate what they believed was his incredible success. During dinner, he stood up proudly. He thanked everyone for believing in him. Then he looked directly at me. He smiled and said, "Dad, money only rots with old people. You should have let me enjoy it years ago. Consider it my inheritance in advance." The room exploded with laughter. Some guests even applauded. No one knew the truth except me. I smiled quietly. I reached into my jacket and handed him a birthday envelope. He laughed and announced that his father had probably written another emotional letter. He opened the envelope. Inside were certified copies of bank records, fraud reports, legal notices, and one final page informing him that every financial transaction had already been reported to law enforcement. His face instantly turned pale. His hands started shaking. He whispered, "This cannot be real." Before he could say another word, the front door opened. Police officers entered the house. The room became completely silent. The lead investigator walked directly toward my son and calmly asked him to stand up. Guests looked at one another in confusion. Some thought it was a joke. It was not. The investigator explained that multiple counts of financial fraud, forgery, theft, and deception were under investigation. My son tried blaming everyone else. He claimed I willingly gave him the money. He claimed the investment simply failed. Then the investigator revealed recorded conversations, emails, electronic transfers, and witness statements proving the entire scheme had been planned long before I transferred the money. Even his closest friends looked shocked. Some quietly left the party without saying a word. Others realized they had invested money with him too. Several people immediately approached investigators to provide additional evidence. The birthday celebration became an active crime scene. Luxury gifts remained unopened. The music stopped. The decorations suddenly looked meaningless. As officers escorted my son outside, he looked back at me expecting mercy. For the first time in my life, I did not speak. Justice would speak for itself. Months later, the court ordered financial restitution using the remaining assets he had purchased with stolen money. Investigators recovered part of my savings by selling vehicles, expensive jewelry, and investment properties purchased with fraudulent funds. Although not every dollar returned, the truth finally came out. Many families later thanked me because my decision prevented them from losing even more money. The greatest lesson was never about wealth. It was about trust. Money can always be earned again. Character once destroyed becomes far more difficult to rebuild. That birthday party was supposed to celebrate success. Instead, it exposed greed, betrayal, and the consequences of deception. I lost money, but I never lost my integrity. In the end, the truth arrived exactly when it needed to. Sometimes justice does not come with anger. Sometimes it arrives quietly inside one simple envelope.